Today we are at Petco Park to watch Survivor Series here in San Diego. And given it was my first PLE, I honestly had higher expectations, but nonetheless, it was fun. I traveled to San Diego the day before the show to check out the Superstore inside of the convention center. It was packed with Survivor Series exclusive merchandise, with many bearing the same golden brown color scheme worn by the San Diego Padres. While at the Superstore, we actually ran into some familiar faces.
What up? P. Ramos, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Speaking of familiar faces, I ended up going to a couple photo ops. My first one being with Io Sky, and the other being with Alexa Bliss. And look who we saw while waiting. Fast forward to the next day and it was time for Survivor Series. And despite the lines being so damn long heading into the stadium, they moved pretty fast, so the process felt really seamless. And before we knew it, we were inside of Petco Park. If you're ever planning to watch a baseball game here, trust me, you're going to love it. We ran into some more Survivor Series exclusive merch inside of the Padres team store. We weren't in there long because we wanted to get to our seats fast. Look at this crowd. I was seated here and I actually got a decent view of the ring. How about that for an opening pyro? And as per usual, the show kicks off with women's war games. The two started trading blows early, but given that the faces had the advantage, Charlotte Flair was going to get some help early. While Charlotte ran into a bit of trouble here, the next entrant ensured that she would get out of the jam quick. Little did I know, Io Sky happened to be next, and things were going to get bad quite quick for Asuka.
You hear that, Io Sky?
It was time for the heels to even up the odds, and just as I thought it was going to be Kairi Sane, we were treated with a little surprise. Pretty much anything goes in War Games, so Becky Lynch came prepared with a kendo stick. And of course started throwing haymakers with Charlotte Flair. The faces were in a jam once more, but help is coming quick. How about those three having a little celebration together? And how about it, Kairi Sane coming out to our old theme song. down to the final two members of the face team, and I knew exactly who was coming out. And as expected, everyone went nuts. Imagine someone telling you a few months back that AJ Lee would be at Survivor Series and participate in her first ever War Games match. Becky Lynch tries to run away, but fails miserably.
Quit running, Becky. Becky sucks. Becky sucks.
I was not surprised at all that the heels were saving their powerhouses for last. And with that, one member from each team had yet to enter, and the crowd made it clear who they'd rather want to see. Once the timer was down to its dying seconds, everyone stood up for you-know-who. The match didn't officially start because Lash Legend had yet to enter, but Rhea was not waiting to maul the heel team. Wow, Nia, way to ruin their moment. The heels had a groove going on for a while until Asuka accidentally sprayed Lash Legend with her poison mist, and that gave the face team the upper hand once more. Suddenly, I saw Io Sky climbing to the top of the cage, and I knew my favorite part was about to happen. Becky Lynch had certainly seen enough, so she tries to climb out of the cage. However, she gets caught. The Becky sucks chants have erupted as she gets mauled by everybody. As soon as AJ Lee landed the final blow, Becky Lynch had enough. She instantly taps out, and referee Jessica Carr commands the bell to be rung, resulting in a well-deserved win for the face team. Up next was Dominic Mysterio versus John Cena for the Intercontinental Championship, and take a look at this gorgeous aerial shot of Petco Park. John Cena certainly had us waiting for a while, but he made it all worth it. The entire place went bonkers, but if I'm being honest, there's no other way to react to this. And it was so bittersweet to know that this would be the last time John Cena ever steps into a ring at a PLE.
Thank you, Cena!
Introducing first, the challenger, representing the Judgment Day. Greatest of all time, the never seen 17, celebrating with each and every one of you here tonight in San Diego, one final time, the last real champion,
And there it was, the bell has rang, and it was time. After a lengthy stare down, the two finally engaged, and John Cena's final PLE match was underway. The two went toe-to-toe early on, it seemed, but I knew Dominic Mysterio had the numbers game because Judgment Day was by his side. Raquel and Roxanne delivered blows to John Cena to ensure that Dominic had an opportunity early on to bring the title home. Cena was perfectly set up for a 619, and Dom, as always, followed up with a frog splash. However, the ref saw that something was suspicious and wouldn't start the count. And that's when Raquel and Roxanne realized that they've made a fool of themselves and they've been ejected. With no one on Dom's side for the time being, John Cena capitalized to set up for a 5-knuckle shuffle. That was a nice reversal from Dominic Mysterio, but not enough to put him away. John responds with a submission, however, Dom was able to crawl to the ropes and force a rope break. The matchup certainly intensified by the second as Dominic went for another 619, and as always, a frog splash to top it off. But it still wasn't enough to regain the Intercontinental title. At this point of the match, I was wondering how much longer is this going to take. And to little surprise, then came the rest of the Judgment Day. Finn and JD immediately started beating the daylights out of Cena. But it should have came to their realization that they were messing with the greatest of all time. John Cena ultimately fought back and decided to show off incredible feats of strength, lifting both Finn and JD to set up for a double attitude adjustment. It was clear to Dom that he had no one left to help him. Or so he thought. Because as soon as we thought that things were going John Cena's way, we were given the surprise of the night. And the rumors I saw on Twitter were indeed true. Liv Morgan returned at Survivor Series. And this was when the biggest twist of the night happened. Liv slapped the living daylights out of Dom. Cena was clearly pleased with what happened. And afterwards, Liv jumped on Cena and they embraced. But knowing this part here is why you should always expect the unexpected. Liv proceeded to low blow John Cena, revealing that slapping Dom was just a setup. Dom hits him with a 619, Liv hits him with the IC title, and Dom tops it off with a frog splash one last time, and the referee this time counted to 3. What a way to win a championship in your own hometown. While I was happy for Dominic Mysterio, I was just reminded that we are just inching closer to the end of John Cena's career. We gave Cena a standing ovation, and that, my friends, was John Cena's last ever PLE. Up next, Stephanie Vaquer versus Nikki Bella for the Women's World Championship. If you think about it, this also kind of was a homecoming for Nikki Bella, as she is originally from San Diego. If I'm being honest, this match wasn't as exciting as I thought it would be, but it was by no means terrible. I was fooled here for sure because I thought for a fact that a Devil's Kiss was going to happen this early. But Nikki Bella quite literally rolled out of harm's way. Also, I've certainly spoken quite a bit, so I'll let you guys enjoy these clips for a while. As always, you have to save the best for last. Stephanie Vaquer looked to end it with a Devil's Kiss on the announcer's table. She ended up doing it for a second time inside of the ring and therefore retaining the Women's World Championship. Last but certainly not least, the Men's War Games was up. But first, we had to know that we set a new attendance record for Survivor Series with more than 46,000 in attendance, more than the previous two combined. With that, time for the Men's War Games match. As always, you have to sing your heart out to CM Punk's entrance theme, Cult of Personality by Living Colour. And it was at this moment I knew CM Punk was about to get mauled. On top of that, the heels actually had the advantage here, so they'd be getting help early. Braun is gonna maul him.
Good job, Braun.
While CM Punk did take control for a little bit, the timer was out and it would only get worse for him. And just like that, CM Punk was in a jam. Drew McIntyre has a bit of history with CM Punk, so he'd love nothing more than to get revenge on him. But eventually, you're always going to get that sigh of relief. I do personally feel that LA Knight should have been in War Games instead of Cody Rhodes, but it still somewhat made sense, and I certainly cannot be the only one saying that. Oh boy, here comes my least favorite part of the night. I will admit, Logan Paul is definitely built for WWE. However, he's still a disgusting human being. After Jimmy and Bronson entered, I was just eagerly waiting for you-know-who to start a party. The Usos being in War Games together meant that we were certainly in for a treat. Take a look at what they did to Logan Paul. And of course, Jay being Jay, he wanted to run it back. The party was on at Petco Park, but unfortunately, it didn't last too long, and you'll know what I mean in just a bit. Looks like someone forgot the timer was going. And now Jay is going to learn the hard way because there is nowhere to hide from this guy. Having Brock Lesnar in the mix, you might as well say game over, because if this guy wanted to, he'd never make you see the light of day again. But it wasn't long till he met his match. There he was, the original tribal chief, Roman Reigns, making his way to the ring, looking to bring the fight to Brock Lesnar. Roman wasted no time in trying to take down the beast, but remember, Brock Lesnar does not go down that easily. He catches Roman with ease and F5s him through the Spanish announcer table. With everyone in, the fight was on. Two stacked lineups going toe-to-toe with each other. Everything seemed to be going normally, until this happened. A masked man climbed over the cage, staring at CM Punk. He proceeds to stomp on CM Punk and had some fans guessing it was Seth Rollins. But logically, that's impossible since Seth Rollins recently had shoulder surgery and is not medically cleared to return. And if it were truly Seth Rollins, he would have attacked Braun Breaker as well. Anyways, with CM Punk down and out, Braun Breaker took advantage and securing the win for the heel team. And that, my friends, is how Survivor Series concluded. It was clear that not many were a fan of how the show ended, and honestly, I wasn't either. Nonetheless, I had a great time watching the event in person. Now, I would like to ask you all, what is something that you would have loved to have seen at this year's Survivor Series? And I'm asking this because I personally feel that they could have done way better for Survivor Series. Leave your comments below. If you'd like to see more videos like this, why not consider subscribing? We're almost at 3K, and I'd love to get there by the end of the year. And as always, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you somewhere down the line.